Have you ever wondered what separates those who age vibrantly from those who decline rapidly after 65? The truth might shock you. While most people your age are already losing critical abilities, a rare few maintain extraordinary capabilities that predict not just independence, but a significantly longer lifespan. What if I told you there are 7 specific abilities that, if you can still do them between 65 and 80, place you in an elite category of aging that doctors rarely see? In this video, I'll reveal these powerful indicators that not only prove you're aging exceptionally well, but can add an extra decade or more to your life. Let me tell you about Howard, a 78-year-old retired engineer who shocked his doctor during a routine physical. After completing several assessments, the physician looked up from his charts with genuine surprise. "Howard," he said, "according to these tests, your physical and cognitive function matches someone in their early 60s. Howard was confused. He didn't do anything special, just his normal daily routine. What he didn't realize was that his everyday habits had preserved abilities that most of his peers had already lost. These weren't just impressive party tricks. They were powerful predictors that Howard would likely outlive his friends by 10 to 15 years. And today, I'm going to reveal exactly what these abilities are so you can see where you stand. Sign 1. You can stand up from a chair without using your hands. Can you rise from a seated position without pushing off with your hands? This seemingly simple action is actually a powerful predictor of how long you'll live. Most people don't realize that by age 70, nearly 60% of adults can no longer perform this basic movement without assistance. Researchers at the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy have discovered that this one movement is so revealing that it's now used as a primary screening tool for longevity. Dr. Sarah Matthews, lead researcher in the study, explains the ability to stand from a seated position without using your hands indicates exceptional lower body strength, balance, and neuromuscular coordination, 3 factors that directly predict both lifespan and independence in aging adults. Look at someone like Deborah, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. While at her monthly book club, she noticed something strange. She was the only one who could get up from the sofa without pushing off with her hands or asking for help. "I never thought anything of it," she told me. "I just assumed everyone could do this." What Deborah didn't realize was that this simple ability meant she had maintained critical muscle mass and balance that her friends had lost years ago. 6 months later, 2 of her friends suffered falls that led to hospitalization while Deborah remained active and independent. Want to test yourself right now? Try this. Sit in a chair with your arms crossed over your chest. Now, without leaning forward excessively or using your hands. Stand up. Can you do it smoothly? If yes, you possess an exceptional ability that puts you in a rare category of aging. If you struggle with this test, don't worry. You can strengthen this ability starting today with a simple practice. Perform 5 chair stands every morning before breakfast. Sit down, then stand up without using your hands. Start with just 1 if that's all you can manage, and gradually build up. Do this daily, and within 3 weeks, you'll notice significant improvement. Don't wait until you've lost this ability completely. The time to strengthen these muscles is now before they weaken further. Your future independence literally depends on it. You can have a conversation while walking. When you walk with someone, can you maintain a coherent conversation without needing to pause, slow down, or catch your breath? If so, you possess an extraordinary ability that most of your peers have already lost. Have you noticed how some people your age need to stop walking when they start talking? That's not just a personal preference. It's a warning sign. Neurologists at the Mayo Clinic have identified what they call dual task capacity as one of the most powerful predictors of brain health and longevity. Dr. James Wilson, director of geriatric neurology, states, "The ability to walk and talk simultaneously requires exceptional oxygen utilization, cerebral blood flow, and neurological integration. When these systems begin to fail, walking while talking is one of the first activities to become challenging." He considered Gerald, a 76-year-old retired accountant, who regularly walked with his neighborhood friends. Over time, he noticed that his peers would either slow to a near stop when making a point in conversation, or would walk silently, only speaking when they paused. Gerald, however, could maintain the same walking pace while discussing complex topics. What he didn't realize was that this natural ability placed him in an elite category of cognitive and cardiovascular health. 3 years later, 2 of Gerald's walking companions had suffered strokes, while Gerald remained vibrant and active. His doctor explained that Gerald's ability to walk and talk simultaneously had been a clear indicator of superior brain health and circulation all along. Here's what you can do today. On your next walk, practice maintaining your normal pace while reciting a poem, singing a song, or even counting backward from 100. If you find this challenging, start with just 30 seconds of walking while speaking, then gradually increase the duration. This isn't just an exercise. It's brain training that could literally save your life. Start today, because every day you wait, these neural pathways become harder to maintain or rebuild. You can balance on one foot for 10 plus seconds. Can you stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds without holding on to anything? This may seem trivial, but it's actually a powerful predictor of your mortality risk. Try it right now. Set a timer and lift one foot slightly off the ground. How long can you maintain your balance? A groundbreaking study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine tracked over 1,700 adults and made a shocking discovery. Lead researcher Dr. Claudio Gil Suarez de Araujo reports. Participants who couldn't balance on one leg for 10 seconds had an 84% higher risk of death within the next decade compared to those who could complete this simple test. This balance test proved to be a more accurate predictor of mortality than even age, sex, or underlying health conditions. Take Alice, age 74, who regularly practiced balance exercises ever since she retired. During a family gathering, her sister Irene, also in her 70s, laughed when Alice demonstrated her ability to stand on one foot. "That's silly," Irene said. "Why would anyone need to do that at our age?" 3 months later, Irene suffered a serious fall that fractured her hip, leading to complications that affected her independence for years. Alice, meanwhile, continued living actively, traveling, and enjoying life without fear of falling. The most shocking part? This ability can be improved at any age. Here's what you should do immediately. Stand near a counter or sturdy chair for safety. Then practice balancing on one foot for just 5 seconds. Do this 3 times on each foot every day. As you improve, extend the time to 10, then 15 seconds. The best time to do this is while brushing your teeth or waiting for your coffee to brew. Simple moments where you can integrate this life-saving practice into your routine. Don't wait for a fall to realize how critical balance is. By the time most people recognize their balance has deteriorated, it's often after a catastrophic injury. Start building this ability today, even if you can only manage a few seconds. Your future self will thank you when you remain steady, confident, and fall free while your peers struggle with mobility. Sign 4. You remember names and recent events clearly. Can you recall the names of people you recently met? Do you remember details from conversations you had last week without struggling? If so, you possess a cognitive ability that's quickly disappearing among your peers, and it's one of the strongest predictors of exceptional brain aging. Neuroscientists at Harvard Medical School have discovered that the ability to remember names and recent events after age 65 indicates remarkably preserved neural networks. Dr. Emily Carson explains, contrary to popular belief, significant memory decline is not normal aging. Adults who maintain strong recallability, particularly for names and recent events, show superior brain connectivity patterns that correlate directly with longevity and resistance to dementia. Consider Walter, age 75, who surprised his family during a birthday gathering by remembering not only everyone's names, but also details from conversations they'd had months earlier. His son joked, "Dad has a better memory than I do." What his family didn't realize was that Walter's exceptional memory wasn't just impressive. It was a powerful sign that his brain was aging at a much slower rate than his peers. Recent studies show that adults who maintain this type of memory function after 65 have a 47% lower risk of developing dementia and typically live 7 to 10 years longer than those with normal age-related memory decline. Here's a simple practice you can start today to strengthen this ability. When you meet someone new, repeat their name immediately in conversation and make a mental note of one distinct feature about them. Before bed each night, Review the names and details of people you encountered that day. This creates stronger neural pathways for recall. If you're already experiencing some memory challenges, start with just one name per day and gradually build up. The key is consistency. This simple practice done daily can substantially improve your memory function within weeks. Don't accept memory decline as inevitable. The exceptional few who maintain strong recallability into their 70s and 80s aren't just lucky. They're actively preserving one of the most powerful predictors of a long, independent life. Will you join them? Start this practice today before more neural connections are lost. You sleep soundly and wake refreshed. Do you consistently sleep through the night and wake up feeling genuinely refreshed? If so, you possess a physiological advantage that's becoming increasingly rare after 65, and it could add years to your life. How did you sleep last night? Did you wake up multiple times? Or did you enjoy deep restorative sleep? According to sleep researchers at Stanford University's Center for Sleep Sciences, quality sleep becomes progressively uncommon as we age, yet it remains one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Dr. Richard Thompson notes, our research shows that adults over 65 who maintain efficient sleep cycles have significantly lower levels of inflammatory markers, better cognitive function, and a 32% reduced risk of cardiovascular events compared to those with fragmented sleep patterns. Look at someone like Diana, age 77, who prioritized sleep hygiene throughout her life. While her friends increasingly relied on sleep medications and still complained of feeling tired, Diana maintained natural sleep patterns and woke with energy. What she didn't realize was that this ability placed her in an extraordinary category of aging. Her doctor later explained that her sleep efficiency was comparable to someone 20 years younger, a factor that contributed to her remarkable health while her peers developed chronic conditions. Here's what you can do tonight to improve this critical ability. Establish a consistent sleep routine by going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Eliminate screen time at least 1 hour before bed, as blue light disrupts melatonin production. Keep your bedroom cool between 65 to 68 degrees F and completely dark. If you wake during the night, resist checking the time, as this creates anxiety that makes returning to sleep more difficult. Most importantly, if you're currently relying on sleep medications, talk to your doctor about gradually transitioning to natural sleep. While this may be challenging initially, research shows that natural sleep provides far more protective benefits than medicated sleep. Don't underestimate the power of quality sleep. It's not just about feeling good. It's about giving your body time to repair cellular damage, clear brain toxins, and regulate critical hormones. Those rare individuals who maintain excellent sleep after 65 aren't just lucky. They're extending their lives with every restful night. Will you join them? Implement these changes tonight, because every night of poor sleep accelerates aging in ways you can't afford. You can hold a meaningful conversation without dominating it. Have you noticed how some people your age tend to dominate conversations or repeatedly share the same stories without realizing it? Can you still engage in balanced give-and-take conversations where you listen as much as you speak? This rare social ability reveals extraordinary brain function after 65. Social neuroscientists at UCLA have discovered that conversational reciprocity, the ability to listen attentively and respond appropriately without monologuing, indicates exceptional prefrontal cortex activity in older adults. Dr. Amanda Sutton explains the prefrontal cortex, which governs social awareness and impulse control, typically shows significant decline with age. Adults who maintain conversational balance after 65 demonstrate remarkable preservation of executive function, which correlates strongly with extended lifespan and cognitive health. Consider Victor, age 81, whose friends and family genuinely enjoyed his company, while many of his peers found themselves increasingly isolated. Victor maintained meaningful relationships because conversations with him felt balanced and engaging. He asked questions, listened attentively, and shared thoughtfully without dominating discussions. What he didn't realize was that this social skill wasn't just making him pleasant company. It was reflecting extraordinary brain preservation that predicted an exceptional lifespan. The most fascinating part, this ability can be strengthened with simple practice. Here's what you can do today. In your next conversation, consciously monitor how much you're speaking versus listening. Set a mental goal to ask at least 2 questions for every story you share. Practice active listening by briefly summarizing what the other person has said before responding with your own thoughts. This isn't just good manners. It's brain training that strengthens neural networks critical for cognitive longevity. If you notice you've been speaking for more than a minute without interaction, pause and invite the other person's input. This simple awareness can dramatically improve your social connections while simultaneously exercising crucial brain functions. Don't underestimate how exceptional this ability is. By age 75, the majority of adults show significant decline in conversational reciprocity. If you still maintain the skill, you're demonstrating extraordinary brain preservation. If you've noticed some decline, start practicing today. These neural pathways can be strengthened at any age, but the sooner you begin, the better your results will be. You adapt to new technology without major resistance. Do you learn and adapt to new technology without significant frustration or resistance? Can you navigate a smartphone, use basic apps, or learn new digital tools when necessary? If so, you possess a cognitive flexibility that becomes increasingly rare after 65, and it's directly linked to your potential lifespan. Research from MIT's Age Lab reveals that willingness and ability to adapt to technological changes is one of the strongest predictors of maintained independence and cognitive health in aging. Dr. Joseph Coughlin, director of the Age Lab, states, "We found that seniors who can adapt to new technologies demonstrate superior neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections. This adaptability doesn't just make life more convenient. It predicts extended independence and significantly lower rates of cognitive decline." Take Emily, age 76, who embraced smartphones and digital tools while many of her friends refused to learn, saying they were too old or it was too complicated. When the pandemic hit, Emily easily transitioned to video calls, online shopping, and digital health management. Her tech-resistant friends became increasingly isolated and dependent on others. What Emily didn't realize was that her willingness to learn these new skills wasn't just keeping her connected. It was maintaining crucial neural pathways that directly contribute to longevity. The remarkable discovery is that tech adaptability isn't about prior experience or inherent ability. It's about attitude and practice. Here's what you can do today to strengthen this capacity. Identify one digital skill you've been avoiding or struggling with. Whether it's using a specific app, setting up online banking, or learning to video chat, spend just 10 minutes daily practicing the skill, using online tutorials, or asking for help when needed. The key is approaching new technology with curiosity rather than frustration. When you encounter difficulties, instead of thinking "I'm too old for this," try "I haven't learned this yet." This simple shift in mindset activates different neural pathways and dramatically improves learning outcomes. Don't underestimate how exceptional this ability is. By age 70, over 60% of adults show significant resistance to technological adaptation. If you're still willing and able to learn new digital skills, you're demonstrating remarkable cognitive flexibility. If this area is challenging for you, start small today. Even 10 minutes of practice strengthens the neural connections that keep your brain adaptable, engaged, and biologically younger. These 7 abilities aren't just impressive. They're powerful indicators that you're aging at a rate significantly slower than your peers. If you can perform even 3 or 4 of these functions with ease, you possess extraordinary vitality for your age. And if some are challenging, the simple practices I've shared can help you strengthen these abilities starting today. Remember, these aren't just convenient skills. They're powerful predictors of how long and how well you'll live in the years ahead. The exceptional few who maintain these abilities into their 70s and 80s aren't just lucky. They're actively preserving the functions that protect independence, vitality, and lifespan. If you found this information valuable, hit the like button right now and comment below which of these 7 abilities you still have. I'd love to know where you stand. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video on the simple daily exercises that strengthen these exact abilities. Share this with someone you care about who's over 65. This information could completely transform how they approach aging and potentially add years to their life.